guys, today I have a pretty exciting video for you. This is my Pan Those Eyeshadows challenge, and I've been doing this since last year, and I just always pick 5 shades to work on every month and try to hit pan on them. And once I hit pan on something, I will rotate that out and rotate something back in its place. So last month or so, it's probably been a little bit over a month, but just about a month or so ago, I, of course, had 5 shades to work on, and I was able to hit pan on 2 of them, which I'm really happy about because we all know during this time we're not using makeup as consistently. So I think that's really good progress. And on top of that, there's 1 shade I'm just ready to call it quits because it's just not performing well. I think I'm just gonna declutter it rather than struggling through it. So essentially, I will have 3 pans rolled out this update, so that's gonna be exciting. Let me show you the shades I was working on and the progress I was able to make. So last update, I picked a shade from BH Cosmetics Sylvia Gani Beauty. It's a collaboration kind of palette, and the shade I picked from here is October, which is this kind of burnt, slightly orange leaning, but more just like a matte, deeper brown shade. That shade was new as of last update, and I was able to hit pan on it already, I think because it's really powdery. It's really powdery. I use it in my outer V. I put it on my eyes and it would just kind of blend away. I have to go back several times, and it's pigmented, but it blends away super easily. And when I put my brush in there, it just puffs up. So I think that's why it kind of went away fast, because this pan is rather large too. Regardless, I'm kind of happy. I'm a little disappointed at the quality of this palette though, because that's the first shade I used from this palette. I hope the rest of the shades will perform a little better than this one, because otherwise it's kind of disappointing. Regardless, I hit pan on that shade, so I'm happy with that. The next shade I was able to hit pan on is really exciting, because this shade has been in the project for quite a while. This is from the Marc Jacobs Style Icon number 7, the Night Out palette. So in here, I had picked a vintage gold kind of shimmery shade. I've been working on it for quite a few months. So here it is. You can see the pan right here. That's really cool and exciting. And I do really enjoy the shade, but at the same time, because I had it in the project for so long, I was certainly getting tired of it. So I'm super happy I hit pan on it. And also, I don't think I took pictures of my progress last update. So you're probably not gonna be able to see the comparison, which is really annoying. I just forgot. But just know that I had a dip last update, and now it's the pan is showing. All right, then I have 2 more shades that I drew into this project last update. So they were both brand new, and I didn't make too much progress on them, I don't think. So the first one here is my Essence Fairy Wings and Magical Things palette. And in here, I picked the shade It's Magic. So this one is a deeper kind of purple shade right here. You can see a very slight dip in there. I used it maybe just a handful of times, maybe 3-5 times, I don't know. It's not performing really well. It's kind of really like packed hard in there. It's hard to pick up. It's not pigmented. It just doesn't really show on my eyes. I feel it's such a hassle. I have to like really scratch in, go back on my eye, nothing showed up, go back and forth. So I didn't really devote much time in it just because of that. I think I might give it another update to try it out, because I do have this kind of like shimmery purple kind of cream base. Maybe I can combine those two so that the colors show up a little better. But if that doesn't work out, I'm just gonna declutter the shade. I think I am at a point, especially with less makeup usage, I am much less willing to struggle over a shade that doesn't work. So I think I'm gonna give it 1 more month or 1 more update to try it. If it still doesn't work out, I'm just gonna say bye to it. The next one is from the Zodiac palette from BH Cosmetics. So this one is a brand new palette for me, and I picked this shade last update too. It's this shimmery color from Cancer. So both of those shades are called Cancer, but I picked the shimmery one. This is basically a kind of sparkly gunmetal color. It is pretty. This is what I have on my eyes on the outer V today. Depends on what kind of brush I use, the color payoff is dramatically different. If I use a shader brush to just like flatly pat it on, it's pretty pigmented. if I use kind of like a more fluffed out, like a angled brush, then it doesn't show up much. So that's kind of interesting. I like the shade. I think it's cool. It's a baked color, so I think it's gonna take me quite a while to hit pan on it. And I don't think there's really much progress to show because I'm looking at it comparing to the other shades right here. They are all brand new. I don't really see much of a difference in the shape of the dome. And I think baked products are always really hard to take pictures and just to see the progress, I guess. Plus, I didn't take picture last time, so that's just that. I think this shade might be in the project for a little while. I hope I don't get too tired of it. So far, I'm okay with it, so I'm just gonna keep using it. All right, now we're gonna talk about the very last shade, which is also the shade I've decided to declutter. This is a depotted shade from Urban Decay Book of Shadows number 4 palette, and the shade name is Missionary. So it's kind of a shimmery, lighter champagne color. It's just very neutral. It should be very easy to use. I can put it in my like inner corner area or even like drag it over to the middle of the eye. But it just doesn't really have much of a color payoff. It's hard to use. It's packed pretty hard in there. It's hard to pick up. I think those kind of shades are so not unique. I have like so many similar shades just like this in my collection. And I have so many of them that perform way better than this one. I just don't really see a reason why I would struggle over it. It's a shame that I didn't get to hit pan on it in this project, but at the same time, I don't really care. It's just like a shade that didn't work for me. So I am so ready to just say bye to it and actually use something that would work easily. So yeah, I think I'm done with this one. I do have a dip right now. I've used it for probably 2 updates, more than 2 months, but 2 updates, I think. But regardless, I think I'm just done struggling over it. So now we're gonna rotate 3 shades into this project, and I always use researchrandomizer.org because it's just a little easier for me. And I have 343 shades that don't have pans in them. So that means I'm gonna randomly select 3 from 1 to 343. So now I'm gonna randomize. The shade names are, or not shade name, but the numbers are 72, 215, and 333. So I'm gonna go into my Excel sheet and see what they are. So that's funny. The first shade, number 72, is actually a depotted color from Urban Decay Book of Shadows 4 again, even though I just decluttered one from there. But this time around, the color is actually called Midnight Cowgirl. I don't know what that looks like on top of my head, but we shall see. Ooh, the next one is gonna be interesting. So 215 is Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions, and it's the shade on the bottom left. Again, I have no idea what that looks like. I'm gonna go grab it in a second and take a look, but it's gonna be coral warm toned-ish. So hopefully it's a little bit more neutral and easy to use. The last one is gonna be hard because this one comes from the Heart Candy Rose Gold Eyes palette. That palette is humongous. Each shade is 2.5 grams. That's huge. And the shade is actually the one on the bottom middle. Again, I don't know what that looks like. So now I'm gonna go fetch the 3 shades and see what the colors actually are, and hopefully they can work out together. All right, I'm back. Very interesting color palette. I am not mad about it, honestly. So let's see what we have here. First of all, those 2 on top are the 2 shades from last update. So on the top right here, that shade is It's Magic from the Essence palette right here. So you can see the swatch is very light, and compared to the shade actually in this palette right here, the color payoff is just terrible. But you know, I'm gonna try to make it work, and like I said, if it doesn't work, it's fine. Anyways, the very next one is Cancer from the Zodiac palette right here. It doesn't swatch the best. I think over here it seems like it's kind of like more like a silver gray versus a deeper gunmetal, but you know, in a way, I'm kind of glad it's not super deep because it's just gonna make it much harder to use, right? And the third one right here is the color from the Rose Gold Eyes palette from Heart Candy. So this palette is humongous. It's so huge and you can see it like compared to my face. This is a huge palette. And the shade I picked is this one down on the bottom, which is a really beautiful color. I am not mad about that at all. It's shimmery. It almost has a lighter pink kind of dual chrome sheen to it. It's just beautiful, and with fall coming, I'm sure I would put that to good use, and I'm actually pretty excited with this shade. And then the next matte yellow color is from Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions. So in here, I picked the bottom left color, which is this matte yellow. It actually has a pretty impressive kind of color payoff here for a matte yellow. So I am curious how to use that, especially with this kind of deeper reddish shimmer. I think those two could play together so nice. Even like those three together, just look at it. Isn't that a beautiful look already? So I am quite excited about this one. I know the Huda Beauty palettes, even though the shade, how big is it? It's not that big, but it does take a while to use because it's very pigmented, and I've tried to pan one of those shades before and it does take a while. So hopefully I won't grow too tired of it, but I am really excited to use that yellow shade. And the very last one is, like I said, a depotted eyeshadow from Urban Decay Book of Shadows 4 again. The color is called Midnight Cowgirl. I do want to kind of show you, but I'm gonna catch it. Just from that one swatch on my hand right here, it had so much powder just coming up. You probably couldn't really see it, but it's like very dusty. It's about to like outflow the pan kind of feeling. It's just one of those really glittery colors. If you've, you know, worked with shades like this before, it just like puffs up everywhere. It's a beautiful color though. I do like the shade of it, and it seems like it's very pigmented. It has a good color payoff. And honestly, even just those four together could be a beautiful look. So I am quite excited to use those ones. I think that's gonna be really cool. And I am happy because I don't think I have been this excited to try out some eyeshadow combos for a while. So hopefully that gives me some new inspirations and I can like wear makeup a little bit more, just be more creative, and that would be it. I'm really happy with my progress this month, even though I decluttered one, but I got 3 more like new shades to play with. That's always exciting. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.